March 18th, Mike Tyson raised the verdict dies. If he doesn't die, it doesn't count. If he's not dead, it doesn't count.
How you doing, everyone? My name is Ryan and this is Ade, and welcome back to another edition of BoxTalk. How many people get a second world title shot after just 2 pro fights? Or if you go on Fight Facts, they might say it's 7 of his 9 pro fight. Vasyl Lomachenko gets Gary Russell in a world title shot. Ade, please help me explain this one.
Vasyl, is it Vasyl Lomachenko? The problem we have here, you're ready to interrupt me already. I'm not even started yet. I'm not even started. You said Ade and you're trying to chuck it on. The problem we have here is, what does winning Olympic gold medals and world championship medals at amateur level really mean in the program? And it's probably going to get asked a lot more. We've seen it with Rigonda as well. How early do you push these guys? I mean, do you leave it to a stage where, do these guys need, in a sense, 4-rounders, 6-rounders, 8-rounders, 10-rounders, 12-rounders? Do they need it? They're that good as an amateur level. Even though the amateur game is slightly different, we know that, the rounds are different, head guards, etc. But they're already sparring pros. A lot of them already talk about we're sparring pros. How good are they? Either way, you don't give someone 2 world title shots back-to-back in 3 fights. What they could be doing here, this is Bob Arum obviously, what they could be doing here without even realising is killing this guy's career already early. He loses to Gary Russell Jr. and he loses hard. That could be that. Because then you have to almost think, okay, we've got to start again. We've got to roll the dice and then put him in 6-rounders, 8-rounders, 12-rounders. How old is Lomachenko before we move on? Very quickly.
I'm not sure, but I think he's in his mid to late 20s.
Okay, if he's late 20s, I get it. If he's mid 20s, it's stupid.
This fight has got a lot of different ramifications, different stories, and it'd be too hard to go into all of them in a 5-10 minute video. But to me, this shows a bit of corruption in the sport.
Oh,
how can you have a world champion, Olympic medalist, turn pro, has 1 fight, and then after his 1 fight, does well, gets a stoppage, wins, looks really good, gets a world title shot. Yeah, he loses that world title shot against Salido.
Yeah.
Then goes straight into another world title shot. Ain't fought no rank contenders. Yeah. Ain't done nothing in the sport. How is this guy getting a title shot? Don't you supposed to have like a record of achievement to actually reach that level of a title shot?
This is the question.
This
though.
Is what I'm trying to say.
Amateur record, that record of achievement.
No, so you could get actually just for this and say, well, you're an Olympic gold medalist. Why you go fight Vlad?
No, but yeah, in a sense,
that's
okay.
That's what they're doing, though. Sorry, that's what they're doing. Where they're basing this one person's career on his past achievement, where all the other fighters in the history of boxing with the same achievements had to go through the ranking and prove it. How can you lose and get a title shot with 3 fights?
Yeah, because
I don't get it.
Because maybe the opposition that weight ain't that great.
No. There's always contenders. There's always top 10. There's always rankings there for a reason. Everyone just can't jump. He's not even ranked world class.
Everyone has said, to be fair, even when Rigonda came through after his 5th fight, everyone said he's already better than every world champion that weight already out there. What it is how quick do you hold it back? There's no 2 ways about it. Obviously, we're not going to argue about it. He's been moved too quickly. Yeah. There's no 2 ways about his move. But Salido was the #1 in the division by most people's ranking. It went a close decision. So that shows that he is already at that level. That shows if Salido smashed him and took him out in 5, you can understand. Okay, fair enough. This is stupid. He went close. I think it was a split.
Yeah, it was a split.
So that shows that he's already at that level. Why drop him back when he's already at that level?
Okay, but here I'm trying to say,
I don't think it's corruption.
No, but here I'm trying to say though. If you got all these accolades around you, things that you're doing well, and you are a very talented fighter. You are a good fighter. Yeah. But at the time you got your first title shot against Salido, you were unranked. You had 1 fight. I'm not talking unranked. I'm talking about by unified rankings, not corrupt rankings of certain bodies, which I'm not going to mention. But you weren't even ranked, and you lost that fight. So it was like a voluntary. How do you automatically get pushed back into another fight when you're still not ranked by a unified ranking system because you haven't fought no one?
Yeah, but that's not corruption. That's not corruption. That's the promoter saying that I think you're good enough. I'm going to give you that fight. That's not corruption.
No, but that's the same thing with athletic bodies. Should they be checking? This guy's only had 2 fights. He lost his last. Why is he going in for another title shot with another seasoned pro who's had 20+ fights?
Yeah, but that's easy to say.
How many times have you seen a guy with 3 fights fight a guy with 20+ fights?
Yeah, but that's different.
It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen.
You can't put everything down on paper and pen and say, okay, he's had 3 fights. this guy is a very talented and good boxer. So it's too easy to say, let's have a look at it on paper. He's had 3 fights. No way. It's not that simple sometimes. Sometimes Olympic medalists, Olympic gold medalists are just that damn good. You want to rush them. Like we mentioned Anthony Joshua. Let's quickly kind of talk about him. Anthony Joshua's already at a level where he's had 5 fights, and people already said he could quite easily win the British title right now, as we speak, knock out anyone for the British title, and be a top 20, top 15 in the world. I get Lomachenko's way above that in terms of what they're doing, but I mean, the fight against Leader proved that he is that good. Okay, what do? Do we take him back then a few steps and let him go 10 more fights when he gets another title shot?
I'm not saying take him back. I'm saying that the guy's very talented. He's a very entertaining fighter. I love the Sligo fight. I love the first fight he had as well. I thought, wow, this guy's serious. Yeah. I'm not taking away anything because of his achievements or his skill or how good he is. I'm just saying that you can't be getting random title shots just like that after 3 fights. If he had an interim fight against a top-ranked contender, 4-1, even if it was a split decision, at least he fought someone. You've come from an offer loss, no matter if it's close or not, you lost the fight, your second fight, and then you come for another world title shot. And then, I don't know if you're going to say it, but then look at this thing with the World Series of Fighting. He's got 1 record saying he's had 2 fights, 1 saying he's had 9 fights, 8 or 9 fights from 5 fights because of the World Series of Fighting. It's like, there's confusion around this guy. And it seems like Bob Arum knows his talent, knows he could do certain things pushing. But it's like, if he does win this world title, is it 3 fights or is it 8, 9 fights?
I don't think that matters.
I think all does matter because you got Fight Facts is the industry record keeper for boxing, and they're saying that he's had more than we're saying, and then you got Boxer, which is another record keeper, saying he's got 2 fights. But I'm saying that if he wins and he's gonna say he's the youngest world champion of all time,
which he won't be.
He won't be, but even though there's a 3-fight champion. No, he's not. He's really a 9-fight champion.
Yeah, what does that mean?
I'm saying you've got to look at it as a whole. Like, there needs to be some clarity. There needs clarity.
I don't necessarily believe that matters. If he wins, he wins. If he's had 2 fights, at 7. If he's had 20, no one really cares about that.
They do care. They do care.
Do they?
I look at it. I'm just looking.
I don't know how many fights off my head now Broner had before he won his first world title. I don't really care. Broner's just a free. In my head, I just look at Broner as a 3-world champion.
It was nowhere close.
I don't know people as fight fans look at facts of how many fights this guy's had. We just look, if he's good enough, put him in there. I hate sometimes, it's like, Lomachenko is an extreme case of it, but there is an argument for sometimes when people have these 30-0 records, like Deontay Wilder, for example, have fought absolutely nobody, and people are like, okay, let them fight someone. If they're that good to me, put them in. I think 2 and 3 Lomachenko is extreme. You're right, he should be fighting an interim, he should be fighting someone that's a ranked contender, I agree with that. But at the same time, I want to see these guys, if they're that good, go straight away. I don't want to see Luke Campbell, for example. Eddie Hearn's been doing it with Matchroom. Luke Campbell's going in there with guys that we know he's going to murder straight away. He knocks them out, and everyone, he's got a 5-0 record. He fought 5 bums.
Yeah.
Put him in there straight away with someone. You're Olympic gold medalist. To me, Olympic gold medalist almost means you're already. And this is the thing with amateur. It's almost a different sport, but it's still boxing.
Yeah.
But to me, an Olympic gold medalist almost means you're top 20 in your division already as soon as you turn over. You can beat a lot of people. It's a tough one. How do you think the fight will play out? After all that, people. See, we do disagree. People say we don't disagree. We do disagree. How does that play out? Gary Russell Jr. is a bloody good fighter.
It was going to happen.
Bloody good fighter.
I predicted that Slido would beat Lomachenko last time because of the inexperience. I said it's different fighting the season proper.
He did look a bit tired. Rounds 9, 10, 11, 12 look knackered.
But I think he's grown from that fight. He learned from that fight, and against Slido was a little rough with him as well.
They said he's sparring Slido recently.
And I don't think Gary Russell will be as rough as Slido was. But Gary Russell is, again, a seasoned pro who's been through it. Maybe not put the best position. Maybe ain't gone through the meat grinder. Yeah. But he's had those 20-plus fights. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's gone through the ranking. He's been on the marquee stage of trying to get certain things moving for him. So he's in a better position, experience-wise, as a pro, not as an amateur, obviously. I think it's going to be a very controversial fight. I think Gary Russell, most people will edge the fight, but lose by split decision. I think this whole thing of top rank rushing him to get a world title shot so soon, I think it smells fishy, and I think that they're trying to get this guy a world title as soon as possible.
There you go. Ryan's got his controversial hat on. It's that red top. Look, look. Gary Russell Jr. is a fantastic fighter. It's weird because a lot of people tout on Gary Russell Jr. to move up in weights and probably even fight Floyd Mayweather, believe it or not. I think he's a bit too small personally, but that's how much they thought he could go through the weights and do it. Talented fighter. Lomachenko is an exceptionally talented fighter as well. And this is the problem with Lomachenko. If he does lose this, then Ryan's right. He's going to have a 3-fight record with 2 losses. Where does he go from there? Which is why I don't think he is going to lose. I'm with Ryan on this one. I don't think it's fishy that he's been given a title fight because they think he's that good, they're chucking him in, promote his job. But I do think it's fishy that I think he's going to get the decision regardless of this fight. I think it's going to be a close one. Gary Russell Joyner could nick it. But when I say nick it, I mean nick it in terms of what we're watching. When it goes to the judge's decision, expect Lomachenko to get the decision here. You don't give someone a second world title fight and 3 fights without you knowing something. What do you think, guys? Look, what do you think about this one? We've been talking about it. How quick do you move Olympic gold medalists, world championship gold medalists? How quick do you move them? Do you give them 4, 6, 8, 9, 10 rounders? Or do you chuck them in with someone straight away to prove how good they are? We're kind of on the fence here. We kind of agree and disagree, but I think I understand what Ryan's saying. But how quick do you move him? In this country, we've got likes of Anthony Joshua, Luke Campbell, gold medalists, moving pretty slowly by a lot of people's opinions. Do you move them quick? Or do you kind of slow them down? Are they on the same level as anyone else when they come through? Or do their Olympic gold medalists and their amateur records really help them? I don't know. Leave your comments below. Tell us what you think. This is a controversial one. It's wound him up. It's wound me up. It's a controversial one, guys. Email us at
boxtalk@hotmail.co.uk, and please don't forget to follow us on Twitter at BoxTalkUK, and please don't forget to subscribe.
And guys, remember, for all your boxing news, check out ringnews24.com. And thanks for watching another edition, controversial edition, of BoxTalk. Thanks again, guys.